Cross live to our reporters standing by. Feng Yilei is in Beijing and Zhao Yunfei is in the co-host city of Zhangjiakou. Let me start with you, Yilei. You've been keeping an eye on women's monobob event. Tell us the latest.
Yes, thanks, Zhongshi. Actually, first of all, I need to mention that Yancheng is now having a very heavy snow. So although participants of the games here in Yancheng have been hoping for proper snow for a long time to give a good view of some snow-capped mountains, this doesn't seem to be a very good news for the events going on here, because alpine skiing is one of the those events that extremely rely on weather conditions. And while men's giant slalom event took place as scheduled, women's downhill training has been cancelled. And meanwhile, as you said, the National Sliding Center has also been very busy this morning. Basically, this weekend, women are making history here at this venue. And Chinese athlete Zhao Dan came in 9th at women's skeleton event last night, and that made history for Team China in this sport in Olympic events. And we just had an interview with the team's head coach, and he said the girls had really had a good performance, and they do have the potential to actually grab a medal in the future. And as you said, the newest bobsledding event, women's monobob, has made its debut, and athletes hit the track for the first 2 heats of the event this morning, with China's Huai Mingming now in the 5th place. And the following 2 heats on Sunday will finally determine the medals, and it seems that there will be a rivalry between the strong teams of USA and Canada. Speaking of this new event, it's mostly the same as traditional 2-person and 4-person bobsledding Olympic events, but unlike other bobsled events where athletes have customized sleds, all monobob athletes will compete using a standardized sled, and it gives women, that's very important, a second medal chance in the sports. And historically, there had only been 3 bobsledding events at the Winter Olympics, namely the 2-man and 4-man sledding events and the 2 women sledding events. So that is obviously an inequity between men and women competitors. So the International Olympic Committee decided to finally add the monobob event. And there are both pros and cons to this decision, because the argument in favor of monobobs saying that it improves accessibility for particularly women athletes, but there are also criticism targeting the numbers, saying that it does not actually create a truly equitable situation, because many more men get to go and compete at the Olympics than women under the current system. And more women who might otherwise make the Olympic team are left at home. And even though there's no reason why 4 women couldn't compete as a full traditional bobsled team. But fortunately, the trend is inevitable, and this new event is just part of the efforts of adding some more women's events and the mixed team ones into the Olympics, such as short track speed skating and the snowboard, and to drive up standard in women's sports. And there are also 3 countries have female athletes at the Winter Olympics. They attend the games for the first time. And female athletes account for about 45% of the total athletes participating in the Beijing Winter Olympic Games, and that is more than any previous Winter Olympics. So the International Olympic Committee say they have a goal of full or 1-to-1 gender parity by 2024, and so it is not just a statistic, but just as the IOC official says, every female athlete here will make a ripple effect. Back to you.
Thank you very much, our reporter Feng Yilei in Beijing. Now let's go to our reporter Zhao Yunfei in Zhangjiakou, the host city. So it's all white there. Yunfei, we've heard Yilei saying that some postponements due to the heavy snow. Is that the same case over there?
Yes, Pandong, similar case over here this morning here at Zhangjiakou. We're experiencing temperature drop as well as a heavy snowfall. So let me show you how thick the snow really is. Let me have my cameraman to tilt down a little bit so you can actually see that my 2 feet, my shoes are already covered by the snow. So I'm trying to pull away the snow. As you can tell, this is a very thick snow. It's actually a very good gesture, a very good signal for Chinese people, because this is actually the first ever snow after the Lunar New Year, but actually it's not a good sign for the games. It's not a good news at all. As you have mentioned this morning, the slopestyle has postponed actually to tomorrow, and slopestyle is actually this similar things happened in the previous Olympics, I have to mention. And according to the International Ski Federation rules, if the temperature drops below the -20°C, they'll suspend the games. But here in Zhangjiakou, it's not that bad, not that cold, but the heavy snowfall as well as the wind will certainly affect the visibility of the track. So that's why they postponed it. So this morning, some 200 snow cleaners, they leave their hotel at 5 a.m. and use a big room trying to help with the logistics of the slopestyle venue. So they really try their best to make sure it happened. But unfortunately, the event did not happen. And the organizers say that they have carried out all detailed measures to ensure the safety of the games. And the reason why this slopestyle games draw so much attention, especially here in China, is because one of the major competitors, Gu Ailing, is very competitive of the games. She's quite popular now in China because she has gained huge confidence from the Chinese netizens, given the fact that she has won the gold medal already from the free ski big air in Beijing in this Olympic Games. And she will be also very competitive in tomorrow's game, given the fact that she's already has won the gold at last year's Freestyle World Ski Championships. So, Pandong, back to you.
Thank you very much. Our reporter Zhao Yunfei in Zhangjiakou.